Hello, welcome to Poverty Franchise Podcast. Uh, as the few of you who are returning to this podcast may know, this is a podcast made by a couple friends that are fans of really bad baseball teams, but we love the sport anyways. We love talking baseball. My name is Steven.
And Johnny's here again.
And let's just jump into some more hot stove news. So it is uh more of a lukewarm stove at this point in comparison to, what was it, 2 weeks ago when we recorded the first episode.
Yeah, like a week ago or something. All the big guys are gone. Cole's gone. Rendon's gone. But I mean, there's been a flurry of smaller moves. One that's very important to you. So why don't you start with that one?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I as a fan of the Rangers, we are just notorious for not going after starting pitching, or if we do, just kind of signing some mediocre white 30-year-old. And this fits two of the three, hopefully, categories. Rangers trading for Corey Kluber, for a trade that is has been deemed very Ranger friendly, but I will say, as someone who's seen Emmanuel Clase pitch in person, that dude is a fucking stud. Have you seen any of like his pitching at all?
I haven't seen video of him pitching, but I have seen some people talking about him because of the trade. I mean, he lights up the radar gun. Obviously, I think that's a big thing with him. But um, what I've seen in addition to that is he throws like a 100 mile an hour cutter, but
101 mile
he's
an hour cutter.
101. Excuse me.
Hmm.
But he he doesn't walk a whole lot of guys either, which is like really rare for someone that throws that hard. So I mean that's like serious potential out of the bullpen. That's exactly the kind of guy you want. So
Yeah.
um, the Indians are definitely getting a good guy there. And um, you and I talked about before, like, I mean, the Indians kind of had the luxury of trading a guy like Kluber because they have such a strong rotation.
Mm.
They have Shane Bieber, Clevenger, Aaron Savali, Danny Salazar, Zach Plesac. I mean, they got a few guys that would probably be number one on a lot of teams.
Absolutely.
So they can kind of dump Kluber's contract off on the Rangers and get a solid bullpen arm
Mm.
back for it. So I mean, I think it's a decent deal for the Indians too. And I mean, it's a high upside for the Rangers because you get a guy that's a two-time Cy Young Award winner, who's trying to rebound after injury, and he got roughed up in 2019. But I mean, you kind of got to give him the benefit of the doubt, coming off an injury. So
Yeah, absolutely. And it's um I think really hard for, unless a guy has, I guess, a ton of innings on his arm, or he's going through an injury that is more of like a wear and tear injury, which he really didn't go through.
right.
There's potentially some worry there about how he's going to return, unless the Indians know something else that everyone else doesn't know about. I think he's what, like, how old is he?
Corey Kluber is 33.
33. I mean, I think he's still got. He's definitely gonna. I believe he's definitely gonna play out his contract
Yeah.
well with the Rangers. If we can extend him or re-sign him, that'd be fucking fantastic. I mean, he's gonna be better than whoever the fuck we've been throwing out there as our
Right.
um 4 or 5 before. But we've got. I'm really excited that the Rangers are actually giving a shit and addressing their needs, which was pitching in general, probably more so bullpen help. But all will take a good start with bolstering the starting pitching as
Right.
the AL West is looking like it's going to be a very competitive division offensively. You've
Oh,
got
without a doubt. Yeah.
you've
Because
got a
now
guy on what, three of the five
yeah.
teams.
I think you got three of the five top third basemen in the league in your division. So
And I mean the top three vote getters for MVP were all in the AL West.
that's true. I forgot about Marcus Simeon.
Marcus Simeon is, I mean, very quietly. I mean, you never see shortstops, or not. I won't say never, but it's very rare you see a shortstop hit over 30 home runs and then not get as much attention as
Yeah.
Marcus Simeon got. Yeah,
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he was number 3 in MVP voting because it was kind of quiet all year. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't deserving, but he just didn't get. I don't think he got as much as the recognition. But I mean, he really turned his game around, offensively and defensively. So that yeah, I mean that was a big season for him, and number 3 MVP vote getter, in the American League. That's none to slouch at. So.
Oh, absolutely not. Especially over guys like Mookie Betts, Francisco Lindor,
DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu. Yeah,
Yeah.
just fucking forgot about them.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited for the future of the Rangers if we can pick up, a decent third baseman, maybe
Yeah.
some more. I don't know, fucking get rid of Rougned Odor.
Yeah.
Get Nick Solak starting at second, maybe even get Nick
Yeah.
Solak at third and get someone else for second. I think you've got a solid team there that can be competitive in the league. But I definitely appreciate as a fan of a small market team that the Rangers aren't completely tanking. They haven't gone full tank mode like it looks like the Indians are doing right now, or that the Tigers did a couple years ago, the Royals did a couple years ago. I really appreciate they actually they went, I guess, a little tanky a couple years ago, but then didn't go full
Yeah.
tank.
They didn't go full Orioles.
Full Orioles. Oh god.
Yeah. You see, because the most exciting hot stove news for the Orioles is that they are potentially interested in a reunion with Caleb Joseph. So we're really excited about our potential new backup catcher, our third backup catcher. Who knows? Because now, teams are starting to talk about having 3 catchers. But yeah. So that's all that we got going on because the Orioles are doing nothing.
That's
so.
so sad.
I mean, that's
so
to be
sorry.
expected, right? But yeah, that's all we got going on. We can't really talk much about the Orioles because they haven't signed a replacement for VR and they haven't signed anyone. So
That's so fun.
that's it.
Has Starlin Castro signed anywhere?
Uh,
I could
I
see
don't
them
know.
as a potential landing spot for.
They talked about they were talking about him or maybe Yolmer Sanchez, who I wouldn't mind because he won the Gold Glove. So it's like
And
at least you get a good defensive replacement.
600 OPS though.
Yeah. So,
That's
look, I'm not expecting them to go out and get anyone noteworthy. But
True.
yeah, they need a replacement for VR, and I mean, I don't know what else to expect from them. I mean, they're not going to do anything in the off season, so they're just got to
They're
go
just
tank
vibing,
mode.
my bro.
They are vibing. They're vibing, but I mean, we'll see come spring training, who's there and which young guys are, gonna break out.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited for all the prospects the Orioles have. I think
Me
if
too.
if they can I guess just peak at the same time, the Orioles can just fucking jump out of nowhere one year and just wreck shop in the AL East. I mean, maybe not win the division with how strong the teams like the Rays and the Yankees are, and they're kind of built to last for the next few
Yeah.
years. But
The Rays are very pesky.
Rays are incredibly pesky, and I love them as the small market team that just signs and trades really well, and then just kind of
Yeah.
ruins shit for the teams that blow tons of cash.
Yeah, they deserve a better attendance, but they also need a better stadium. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like just Florida sports fans in general aren't the greatest, but that's they're the if there's truly you know, teams that are worthy of the um poverty franchise title, it's literally every professional sports team out of Florida.
yeah,
I mean, you've got what, Marlins and Rays, Jaguars.
dude. I heard the Dolphins were doing really well this year.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah,
I will say though, the Bengals are even more horseshit than the Dolphins are. So they're
yeah,
beating someone at the
yeah.
least. Just like the Marlins are beating the Tigers at the least, but that's about it.
That's a very good tie-in there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
We ain't getting off track anymore this episode. We're staying
yeah.
on this
We're not
baseball
talking about
shit.
football.
Fuck football. Fuck that
No one cares about
fucking
football.
macho man bullshit. I'm trying to see some dudes in tight
Hey.
ass pants.
That's exactly what I'm trying to see, bro. I want to see high socks. I want to see tight pants. I want to see big bats.
Trying to see some title butt cheeks.
Yeah. Um. Well, anyways.
Anyways, um, let's talk about Madison Bumgarner. You know,
Let's talk about Madison Bumgarner.
he got his wish. He is staying in the National League. He gets to, whip out that big old bat and hit some dingers. What do
He's
you?
he's staying in the NL West. He signed with the team, and it's the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
What?
And
Yes. Well,
I really like this move. Like, the Diamondbacks were like they were supposed to tank last year, and then they were good. It was really funny to kind of see that turnaround after the All-Star break when they traded Greinke.
right. Yeah. I'm kind of like, well, after they signed, Bumgarner, it's like, okay, so are you trying to compete or not? Because you traded your ace at the All-Star break, and now you're gonna sign a guy that's the front of the rotation guy. So it's a bit confusing to me. I mean, I mean, it's not a bad move because like you're getting a solid, ace pitcher. But I'm just kind of like, I don't know. You seem like you were giving up last season, but now you're trying to replace, an ace pitcher you already traded. So
I mean, when you look at it though, they've got. I mean, they've still got Robbie Ray.
right,
I mean, the pitching isn't fantastic, which it makes sense why they picked up Matt Bumgarner. But I mean, offensively, dude, they're loaded.
yeah,
I
they're definitely they've definitely got some great offensive pieces that they can build around.
young as well. Like
Yes,
their lineup is super young. Freaking Carson Kelly is gonna be a beast. He's like 24,
right.
800 plus
Uh,
OPS.
Ketel
Christian
Marte.
Walker, Ketel Marte, Nick Ahmed,
Yeah.
Gold Glover with 750 OPS at shortstop is nothing to cough at.
No, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you already said Christian Walker.
Dave
Orioles
Peralta,
legend Christian Walker.
Eduardo Escobar, like
Yep.
they are built for the next few seasons offensively. They pick up a couple arms. They're competing with the Dodgers, honestly. And I would
They've
love
got
to see
they've
that.
got everybody's favorite weird player, Tim LaCastro.
And he's pulling out the baseball bits
Yeah.
references there. But yeah, no, I enjoy Tim LaCastro. I enjoy weird players stealing first base.
Yep. That 22 hit by pitches,
Dude, that
357 on base percentage.
that is an insane stat. Just like how much hit by pitches
Eh,
counted to his on base percentage.
Right. Yeah, man. Just lean in and let it hit you. Yeah. I mean, he's a fun guy to watch, and like you said, I think the Diamondbacks do have a pretty decent starting point for a good offensive team. Um, so yeah, I mean, I do I like the Bumgarner move. I don't dislike it. I just thought it was kind of strange that they did that after trading away Greinke. But I mean, we'll see where it takes them. They've got um, they've got a few younger pitchers. That might break out. So if they do that in addition to Baumgartner doing his usual thing, then I mean they got a chance. I mean it's gonna be hard for them to compete with the Dodgers because excuse me, the Dodgers are super stacked and back to back NL champs. Um, and the rest of the NL West. I mean, the Padres have a lot of young guys. Rockies have had a solid hitting core for a while. They just have crap pitching, but yeah, I mean it's a tough division. So
Yeah. All right. Who is hitting more home runs next season? Tim LeCastro or Matt Bumgarner?
that's a great question. Well, I'd have to go with Mad Bum because I feel like that's not Tim LeCastro's game. So Mad Bum loves to hit. Tim LeCastro loves to get hit. Uh, yeah, even with the juice balls, I think Mad Bum's gonna hit a few more home runs than Tim LeCastro.
Let's say he did have more than Tim LeCastro last season.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And has 18 more in his career.
yeah, LeCastro hit one in 250 plate appearances. So
Well, more than I have.
right. That's not the point. He's a professional.
I could be a professional. I can't. Sorry, I lied.
Hey-o. You did come from Texas. What's your excuse?
I spent all my childhood playing Guitar Hero instead of throwing. I also got tendonitis when I was 15, so that didn't help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was only throwing like 70 when I was like 14 when all these other kids are throwing like 90. So
Damn.
that also hurts a little bit.
Juiced up kids.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, well. What do you want to move on to now? Let's see.
Let's talk about
right.
some third basemen.
Yeah, which third baseman in particular?
Let's talk about Nolan Arenado because there's some. I think that's definitely a big meme winner discussion in the MLB right now is what the fuck are the Rockies doing?
That is a perfect way to sum it up.
And it's so weird because you can make the argument that they've got can I make this argument? They've got the best left side of the infield in the MLB. I'll say it. You can make the argument. I'm not saying it's definitive.
Oh, I mean, you can make the argument.
You can make a very solid argument for that. Both guys hitting 35 plus home runs a season. Both guys have plus defense.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I mean, there's definitely a few combinations you could bring up.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
I think the crazy thing is a lot of the best third basemen also have some of the best shortstops because Nolan's got Trevor Story with him, obviously, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Chapman's got Marcus Semien with him. Anthony Rendon is going to have Andrelton Simmons, who is arguably the best defensive shortstop.
Oh no, he is. Let's.
And Bregman's got Carlos Correa with him, so
Yeah, that's. Oh man,
So I mean, yes, you can definitely make the argument. It's between those groups. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
really hard because
Machado and Tatis.
they're
Did you say that?
yeah. Huh? Oh no, that's there you go. That's another one. Machado and Tatis. So it's like, yeah. I mean, you kind of you're killing your own argument here. No. But yeah, I mean they're up there in terms of that category. But you can make an argument for like any of those guys.
But I guess the the question, I guess the main question we need to be talking about here is, you're the Rockies. You just signed Arnold to a 13-year extension. Um,
Whatever it was
yeah, it's
huge.
fucking massive. You want him there for the rest of his career,
Yeah.
supposedly, and a year later you're already testing the waters to dump him. I
Right.
just, I mean, I get it. I know Dodgers are always going to be good. The fucking Diamondbacks are surprisingly good right now. They got had like 2 or 3 breakout seasons last year. Um, Padres are getting better. Giants are, I guess they'll be the designated tanking team. Um,
Yeah.
but I guess they're just, I guess, playing the small market route and, trying to rebuild whenever the fuck that means anymore.
No, I, you know, I don't think this is time for the Rockies to tank. Like, they won 91 games in 2018, and then they won 71 this past season. But it's like, look, you have a solid hitting core. You have Trevor Story, you have Nolan Arenado, you have um,
David Dahl.
David Dahl. That's who I was thinking of. And you got veterans. You got Daniel Murphy in there, Charlie Blackmon. So it's like,
They've got some
you know,
young guys as well that are going to be looking pretty good. Garrett Hampson
right?
looks to be
Yeah,
he's gonna be pretty solid.
Brendan Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you've got that group of guys. Like you have a limited window to compete with these guys, and I feel like they need to, get some pitching to give those guys a chance. But it's hard to make that argument after tanking kind of like they did last year. I mean, it wasn't a complete tank. 71 games sucks, but it's not like the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't see how trading away your superstar players the move after signing him to a huge extension, like you said. I don't think that's going to sit well with the fans. So I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me, but like I kind of keep repeating myself, but it's hard to not panic after going from 91 wins to 71 wins. I just don't think the answer is let's just trade our best player who's one of the best players in the league.
Okay. I guess flipping the script here, if you're the Nationals, if you're the Rangers, if you're the not Angels, whoever doesn't have a third baseman, if you're one of these teams, are you willing to pay the price for Arenado, and like how far are you willing to, how much are you giving up for him?
Right. Well, I mean that's another big thing because like you're gonna have to give up a lot to get a guy like Arenado, and it's like I don't know if the Rangers have the prospects to do that, or who they'd have to give up on their major league roster.
Yeah, I feel like we'd have to give at least one MLB ready player. Solak.
Yeah.
Gallo's untouchable. Don't even bring him up.
Well, I mean, hey, it's like you're asking for a guy like Arenado. It's like I feel like Gallo could absolutely rake in Colorado.
He could, but I want him to rake in Texas.
No, that's true. I wouldn't want to give him up either if I was you. I don't know. I just don't know if the Rangers have everything they need. I mean, I know they're interested. I'm sure they are interested because they need a solid third baseman. But
Oh, he's
yeah,
a little more than solid, but
well,
I don't know. I just feel like with the headlines I've been reading about Donaldson and whatnot, I feel like this is the best shot for the Rangers to get a good third baseman this offseason. I mean, there's really no one else on the market, at least I can think of right now, that compares. I mean, you could throw Nick Solak over there potentially, but I don't know. Having trading for Arenado, I mean, you're selling out a little bit. You're going for a World Series at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it's balls to the wall.
Right, and I don't know if they have all the pieces they need for that type of run yet. I mean, I think
need some bullpen help.
That and I think I think the Rangers could go after another much cheaper but still effective bat. I mean, I think Nick Castellanos is still available. Marcell Ozuna is still available.
That's the thing, though, is we don't need outfielders. We got plenty of outfielders. We're good. I mean, we got Choo.
I mean, you could stick Castellanos at DH.
Yeah, I suppose. I feel like I don't know. The outfield situation is kind of weird with the Rangers right now that DeShields is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming Danny Santana's our center fielder, Gallo at one of the corners, Calhoun at the other one, and then Choo DHing. There's really just not a lot of room for just a power bat somewhere else or even in the outfield.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it's either at this point first or third, and there's really I can't think of any big first base free agents or decent free agents that we can go for. So
look, we all know you want them to get Arenado, but
dude, I will buy a jersey immediately.
I would too if I was you.
God, and that powder blue, oof. Boy, I'm not taking that thing off ever.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ever. Yeah, I'm just gonna drool over Arenado, and then if it happens, we give up our future for him. The guys we trade become MVPs, and then
until he tanks.
We average 80 wins a season throughout Arenado's career. So
he gets his payday just like Chris Davis, and then he tanks.
Oh, if Arenado has a Chris Davis level of tank, I'm just gonna hate baseball for the rest of my life. Like, not even just the MLB, just the sport in general. I will cut myself off from it completely and get into like fucking cricket or something.
No, I can't see that happening because I mean, that Chris Davis contract was just like not good anyway because he had like one good season. Like, he was just like kind of a one-dimensional player in terms like he just straight up power hitter. He wasn't a five-tool guy or like had solid defense. Like Arenado's not five-tool because he's not a speed guy, but I mean, he's elite defense and he mashes 40 home runs a season. So he's done that. The past 6 years. I mean, whatever. 17, he hit 37. 18, he hit 38. But like, the guy's consistently one of the best hitters in baseball, and one of the best producing guys. So that's why he got the contract he did. And then he went out and hit. He went out and 41 home runs last year. So, and he had a career high OPS.
I'm looking up was it Chris Davis's contract, and it is.
Let's talk about it. Yeah,
this is insane.
Terrible.
Okay, so $17 million through 2022.
Yeah.
But he's got. I had no clue this was true. They get $42 million deferred through 2023 to 2037.
Yep.
They are paying this man until he is 51.
Yeah, and I mean,
bro,
look, I just want to start out by saying, like, I don't wish failure upon Chris Davis, like, nor do I hate the man, because he had some great seasons with us and he's a great guy. But like, I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020. This contract has been one of the worst free agent contracts
Of all time.
or not free agent, just an extension. Like it was an extension, and it's just horrible. It was horrible of anyone to invest money in it. It just should not have been him. But we are where we are now. So
Who did this? Scott Boras. That fucking madman.
oh.
Okay. Anyways, that's a slight.
We tend to get off topic talking about.
We're just some bros.
Well, that's why it's called
poverty.
poverty franchise, all right? Anytime someone talks about the Orioles or the Rangers, we just go off on a tangent because we're traumatized.
Absolutely. We're just. I'm crying this entire podcast.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm just. This is. I can't afford therapy, so I just started a podcast.
Well, let's talk about something that's not our teams. I want to talk about the Rays.
You want to talk about the Rays?
I want to talk about this new guy they signed,
Yoshitomo.
Japanese guy.
Yoshi.
I'm probably going to butcher his name. Yoshitomo Sutsugo. I think that's how it's pronounced. They call him Go, or now they're calling him Yoshi, I believe. And the team he was on in Japan, the Bayhawks, is that what it was?
Let me take a look here. I'm gonna pull up his baseball reference.
Yokohama. I believe that's the Bayhawks. Bay Stars. I'm sorry.
Yokohama, yeah.
Bay Stars. They made a video for the Rays fans and the American fans in general, showing off Yoshi, and it's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen in my entire life. It's we retweeted it on our Twitter, so you should definitely go watch it.
Follow at
basically-
Pav French Pod on Twitter.
Yes.
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 Follow it. We'll tag it somewhere.
Yes. Anyway, yes. So, yeah, they were basically just showing off how much they love Yoshi and how great of a player he is and how many home runs he hits. And he rakes. He hit 44 home runs in 2016.
That's a 24-year-old.
His OPS. Yep, as a 24-year-old, his OPS was over 1,000, and even
1100.
since then, he hasn't had an OPS below. Well, his OPS last year was 899, so it's basically 900. And he slugs over 500, 600, hits lots of home runs. He's pretty much a DH, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the video highlighted just like how electric the fans in Japan are, and like they had a song for him when he would come up to bat. They would sing and basically just like singing for him to hit a home run. And I'm just thinking, like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Like, why does that not happen in America? Why don't they sing for Joey Gallo when he comes up to hit a home run? Like, or just anyone in general. Like, I don't know. That was just great, and how much they love this guy, and like how, like, dude, I don't know who this guy is. He's already my new favorite player though,
Yeah,
because of this video. So.
And yeah, I just feel like in countries, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier, in countries like Japan and the Latin American countries, I feel like they just really embrace the just the I can't think of the word. I guess just the players' personalities a lot more. They just get a lot more excited for what's going on in the field.
Right.
So, and that might there might be some cultural implications there. There's definitely the fact that they've got a lot less variety of professional sports in some of these countries, but especially in Japan, that's a very baseball oriented country. That's the second best professional league in the world. Tons of great Japanese players come from that league to play in America. Just a couple names you could throw out. A couple small names. Ichiro. Fucking.
Don't know him.
Yeah, I never heard of him. And so, yeah, I wish the MLB had that much traction with, stars. You don't hear fucking no one's written a song about Mike Trout yet.
Yeah, which is bullshit because he's the GOAT.
Actually, I guess you can make the argument that One Man Five Tools by Puig Destroyer is about Mike Trout, but
I want to hear a song about Mike Trout that's like this is really off topic. I don't know if you ever heard that song where the band Dillinger Escape Plan, they were asking for people to like audition over like for vocalist, and the guy did like crazy Dillinger style vocals, but he did the lyrics about the Redskins receiver Art Monk.
that's insane.
I'll have to send you the video. So I'm sorry for anyone listening that this is completely off topic, but I just want to hear a song like that about Mike Trout. He's the greatest. But I don't want to talk about that every episode. But no, I agree with what you're saying, because like I feel like football stars and basketball stars definitely get like a lot more notoriety. Because like guys like LeBron, and they're like that's like a household name. But like Mike Trout, who's like definitely the best baseball player, not necessarily a household name. So it's kind of, yeah, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint why. I guess because like I don't know, I guess just basketball and football get a lot more hype, and baseball is a more slow paced sport. Obviously, but they've obviously tried to make more of an effort to appeal to younger people and make it more exciting. Lately, let the kids play, and they're trying to speed up the pace of the game. So I mean, they're making some sort of effort, but I just think they need to market guys more, because I mean, guys like Trout and exciting guys like Acuna and Scherzer and guys like that just get really fired up. Those guys should be like out there, just like pumping them into the media and everything, because like those are guys you want to go watch, because I mean, there's definitely baseball guys in history that have been super household names. I mean, like look at how big Griffey was when he was coming up, and guys like Jeter or A-Rod or Barry Bonds or whatever. I mean, there's some controversy surrounding those guys, but they were like superstars. Like pretty much everybody's heard of them, and it's like when you got guys like Trout or Acuna or whoever that are like super exciting and like young and like great athletes, and they're not household names, I feel like that's a problem. So
Absolutely. Yeah, and this is off topic a little bit, but I guess going into
that's totally fine.
On the topic of baseball players being more of household names, and I guess songs for baseball players, I think I know I mean, do you listen to I don't think we've talked about this. Do you listen to a lot of rap?
Some, not like a whole lot.
Can you think of this is something that's like that's really hard. I can only think of like a couple offhand, but like rappers like name dropping MLB players. Because
I can think of one off the top of my head.
Okay, which one?
Because I believe Joey Badass references Albert Pujols in a song. He says knock it out the park like Al Pujols.
Okay, that's sick. I'd like that.
Isn't there one like mad hits like Rod Carew?
Yes, Beastie Boys. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
I got mad hits like my name's Rod Carew.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is really good, and I really like the Beastie Boys. Because I know I've been kind of listening to them a little more recently. They reference like I think they reference like a hockey player at one point, and it's like I feel like they always had like the really cool references, and I'm just googling an article right now. You know who Sadaharu O is, right?
Oh, he's like the Japan home run king, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They name dropped him.
That's
There's more
badass.
to me than you'll ever know. I got more hits than Sadaharu. That's
They just seem to recycle the hits line, but I mean I respect
hey,
it.
it works. They got like the I guess the more deep cut baseball players and
Yeah, that's name dropping, dude. I need to hear some lyrics about Mike Trout.
yeah, no, I would absolutely love that. But yeah, I'm there's some interesting ones on this list. Apparently Paul Wall name dropped Greg Maddux, which is Paul Wall from Atlanta?
I'm not sure.
Is he Houston? No, he's from Houston. Okay. That's just respect for the
He
game.
should be name dropping Nolan Ryan then.
Well, I mean, the line is, see, one of the keys to my success, I switched up like Greg Maddux.
Oh,
I guess it was.
I get it.
Yeah, that's good.
You see, because Greg Maddux utilized changeups and fastballs,
Yeah.
and off-speed pitches, and he wasn't really a velocity guy. He kind of just painted the corners.
Oh, dude,
So that's what he was.
wow, dude, hey.
That's what he was going for.
Thank you, genius.
Lyrical genius. I could never.
You could never.
No, I couldn't. I'm too Caucasian.
You know what else couldn't happen, or is unlikely to happen?
What's that?
Yoenis Cespedes is playing 140 games this year.
Is that so?
Yeah, he is.
He better stay away from his horses. Then. He's a rancher
He's
at heart.
that's just what he wants to do. That's why he keeps getting injured.
He's a
He
cowboy,
just wants
baby.
he just wants.
Look, if you're gonna get injured in any way that isn't baseball, you might as well just get thrown off a horse because, it's like that's hilarious.
Fuck it, dude. Gotta. That's where your heart is, man. You just gotta get yourself fucked up doing it.
Yeah. Didn't Mad Bum get in like a dirt bike accident or something too?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Well,
So
country
they're getting
boy.
injured in all kinds of crazy ways. Yeah.
Country boys make
Um,
do.
Yeah. Well, you sent me the quote. Apparently, Yoenis said, "I'm ready and I'm gonna go out with a bang this year, and I'm not just gonna hit 40 home runs. I'll be out there for 140 plus
He
games."
says he's gonna hit
Um,
52 home runs,
Right, for his number, I guess.
which I mean, if he has a full healthy season and he does, his thing that he's got incredible power. That's not a
Yeah.
doubt. It's just whether he's going to be out there or not. I
Right.
and that's the whole thing.
I
here.
want to see him out there for that many games because he's an exciting guy and he's really fun to watch. And I mean I think he has the motivation. Obviously, if he's got that much confidence, I mean, screw it. Like he's gonna, hopefully he comes off this injury and shakes it off and has a good season because that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like also the fact that he's getting his contract restructured is.
Yeah.
I really hope that lights a fire underneath them and really gets him to like, all right, I gotta fucking do the damn thing. I gotta go. I gotta go do my job.
Horses.
He's been calling into work too many times recently. It's like, all right, I guess I gotta go back and work my shift.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love Yoenis Cespedes as a player. I really hope he does. He is out there for 140 plus. I don't think it's likely though. It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he'll have to take it slow and just see how he is during spring training.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like I said, if he's got that attitude, that's good. So he must be feeling good, and that's just a treat for everyone because it's another exciting guy to watch. So
Absolutely. Let me some good baseball. Let me some corner power hitting outfielders with insane arms. I just hope that whenever he does come back, he just like intentionally fucks up every single play just so he can like gun someone, strike the dude down.
yeah,
Like I feel like those
he
like
needs,
two
he
plays.
needs to get that 99 arm rating back.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it'll be the show.
He deserves it, absolutely. I feel
Yeah.
like with the one play, I forgot who he threw up. It was against the Angels when he was with the A's.
Yeah.
There was two different
That's a
plays against the
classic.
A's. Yeah, it was just like you just gotta just give him that, just permanently lock him at that rating forever. There's
Absolutely.
just no way. But yeah, no. If I was him and I had that kind of arm, that's what I would do. I was just like, oh, whoops, I missed the ball. Ha, psych.
Yeah. Just let it drop in front of you and throw someone out at first.
I mean, if you're on like a tanking team and you're just bored, fuck it.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Just goof off.
Gonna cut you? Oh no, not fucking you on a Cespedes. You're actually on the field. They're just glad you're out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Just glad to be working.
all right. Let's see here.
All right. You wanna close this out on a topic since we're going to be um, finishing up soon. Why don't we talk about someone else who's finishing up? Mr. Ian Kinsler.
Mr. Ian Kinsler.
Yeah.
I have a strange relationship with Ian.
I assume you do as a Rangers fan.
He was one of my favorites growing up for sure. You know, power hitting second baseman. You know, was
Yep.
fucking amazing with the Rangers.
Yep.
And then we traded for Prince Fielder. You know, I will admit the Rangers ownership didn't inform him of the trade beforehand, which probably would have been
Right.
cool. And then there was the whole, you know, he wished the Rangers would go 162 forever, which is, you know, not a cool thing to say about your former employer, but I
Hey, man,
understand
they did
it.
him kind of dirty, I guess.
I guess, yeah. And then, you know, there was the whole thing at the what he said at the World Baseball Classic that was, I guess, very subtly racist. Maybe not even
Oh,
subtly. You remember that?
what did he say?
Let me get this pulled up here because it's like 4 years ago.
Oh, I don't remember.
Um,
I wasn't following baseball super closely at the time, so.
all right, here's the quote. Here's the quote. I hope kids watching the World Baseball Classic can watch the way we play the game and appreciate the way we play the game as opposed to the way Puerto Rico plays or the Dominican plays, Quinto told the New York Times. That's not taking anything away from them. That just wasn't the way we were raised. They were raised differently and to show emotion and passion when you play. We do show emotion, we do show passion, but we do it in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most racist thing I've ever heard,
Oh,
which
there's
is
been
a
plenty of
best
baseball players
description.
to say.
Um, oh yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I know what he's talking about. Um, I think it was just definitely really poorly worded that he said it like that. Um, yeah, I think he obviously meant like that they just get super excited and like cocky, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean he said it in a horrible way, so
Yeah. And I
that's
guess,
pretty bad.
I don't know, with me, like, yeah, the U.S. team won it, but I mean, you know, typically the Dominican and Puerto Rican teams are like the better ones in that tournament.
Yeah,
And
I mean they're really good, so
yeah, at the same time, it's not like it's just a for fun. I mean, it's, I guess, essentially the World Cup of baseball, but it's not. I don't know. It's really not held in as high regard as the World Cup is. It's kind of more of like a
right.
for fun thing. So I don't know. I guess I I don't think there's anything bad with showing emotion, and especially when you've got like your it's like a national pride thing. Um, I really don't have any problem with them showing emotion and shit. Um, except for that one time, I don't know if you remember this when Jerickson Profar got picked off because he was like trying to pump his dugout up after getting a hit.
Uh,
You
yeah,
remember that?
sometimes it backfires.
Have you seen that video?
I don't know if I've actually seen that, but hearing that, I'm not surprised.
It's so funny because I think it was like, because he plays for the Curacao team, and
Yeah.
they're playing Puerto Rico and they have Yachty um, catching, and so I'm pretty sure this is the
Oh
case.
yeah.
And so Yachty had the ball, and Jerks Profar got a single. He's like slowly walking back to first, and he's like raising his arms up, and the next thing you know, the first baseman put a tag on him. He's just like,
Boom.
oh shit.
It's a classic
so
Yachty
funny.
maneuver.
Love Jerks and Profar. Wish he could have peaked with the Rangers, but that was so funny.
Rangers legend.
And I guess going full circle here, I think I don't know if I sent you this tweet, but it was Ian Kinsler retires as the player to be replaced at second base by Jurickson Profar while playing for a team that employs AJ Preller the most times in MLB history at 2. So I thought that was a funny.
It bothers me that Ian Kinsler is retiring one hit short of 2,000.
Yes, absolutely. That is.
It's stupid.
And we were joking.
What a
earlier,
coward.
That they should throw him out there with like they did with Ichiro last season.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Until he gets a hit, and then he can release him.
He's just entrapped. That's like a stipulation of his contract. He has to get 2,000
Hey,
hits.
well, look. Luckily, I think he's not going to retire because his Baseball Reference page has 2020 projections for him, and they say he's going to hit 13 home runs. So
good for him. That's
good to
that's
go.
going to be the
I'm
first
happy for
time
him.
a front office employee is going to hit home runs, get hits,
Yes.
on the
It's
NBA
going to
level.
count for yes. He's going to step in from the front office, and that's going to be that.
That's the new generation of two-way players.
Yeah,
Front office.
I'm a huge fan.
I'm all for it, baby. Do you like Ian Kinsler? What are
I
your
do.
opinions of him?
I do. Well, I mean, I kind of like him less after what he said about the Puerto Rico. No, like when I was first getting back into baseball in 2011, like I told you, he was like you said, he's like a power hitting second baseman that also steals. He was a 30-30 guy, which was like really cool. Because like when I played Little League, I was a second baseman, so naturally I always kind of paid attention to who was the best second baseman.
Your tall ass was a second
and
baseman.
I absolutely was a second baseman.
For reference, Johnny's like 6'4".
I am
fucking
6'4".
unit.
Yeah. Hey man, I mean, what do you want me to say? I was really good at that position, so. Yep.
Old DJ LeMahieu
I was
over
like
here.
I was like I was like DJ LeMahieu. He's 6'4", so give me a break.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was an exciting guy back in his prime, man. Not a lot of dudes like him.
No, I mean, and he had a solid career. I mean, won a couple of Gold Gloves, World Series. 4-time All-Star. Like, that's a solid career.
Look at his stats.
And he kind of sucked last year, so he's kind of just like, all right, guess it's just time to hang it up, which is fine. He's 38 years old or something. So
That guy, what, he hit like 217. Ugh. That's rough.
yeah,
37.
who cares about batting average? His OPS was under 700.
You're right.
That's what we talk about on this show. We don't talk about batting average. It's a useless statistic.
It doesn't weigh hits properly. Yeah, I got some MVP votes, a couple All Stars.
Yeah.
Never got a Silver Slugger. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Especially when he was ripping. Who the fuck else? Maybe like Robinson Cano is winning on those years. I don't know. Anyways, we're
Yeah, that would make sense. He was pretty. Robinson Cano was pretty solid up until like 2015, 2016 when he went to the Mariners. So
true. I think this is a good place to sign off. Oh, fucking Dustin Pedroia. Duh. Fucking, of course.
what about him?
That was the guy who was winning the
Oh. What do you want to talk about that guy for?
Um,
Don't talk about division rivals to me.
Right. I'm sorry. That was a little insensitive of me to bring up that man.
It's okay. I forgive you.
All right. And on that note, I think we should sign off here.
Yeah,
If that's cool with you,
that's fine with
I'm
me.
all baseballed out. I'm ready to start talking about fucking uh I don't know, Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden or something. I don't know. Got a CD of it
Right,
right here on my desk.
dude. That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut, bro. All
Right.
right, let's
Well,
get the fuck out of here.
if that's all for tonight, yeah. Thanks for anyone that listens to this.
Thanks, Dad, for watching it. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Steven's dad. We'll get better. Don't worry.
Nah, bro.
I promise.
This is the peak. This is
No,
peak
this is the
poverty
peak. This is all you're gonna get. We suck. Deal with it.
All right, we're out. Peace. Thank you.